away from the pack. I laugh at it all as if I'm looking back. My thoughts remain intact, like a mock speed, ready to leave it all behind and decipher with this rhyme and never look back. Yo, 3 sheets to the wind, a penny none the richer, another mother down, and I'm going to see the bigger picture. A lucky Luciano, Capone, Sly Stone, Rocky Balboa, and the Italian stallion kind of bone. The meek motherfuckers are here, the world is ours. Time stands still as life finds another way to kill us. It's technologic. This is where we started now, down by the water now. Come home, little darling, break it down as tough as it gets. Every ounce until every gram is checked. Gram for gram, every ounce of sweat. I wake up in the morning with that cold damn stare of despair. Desperate times in junkies' minds. This is where I don't want to be, and this is not where we were meant to be. This heart is mine, but my body craves the greed of a poison endeavor. The 2 parts of me have begun to break away from the facts and fall away like 2 separate feathers. Leave them all behind as I desecrate my morals and fall out of line. It wasn't our fault, we gave into an instance and the frailty of choice. Hope hung on our free will. Demons have stung us, angels only become to trust us. Waste away until tomorrow's, where we are only blessed to be stray. Stray dogs won't find their way home tonight. Rip flesh from the bone. If I'm in after that crap, it's up ahead in the distance. The 1 candle lit, with 1 person lies awake, stone cold. Lakeside kisses and dark side temptations, giving way to premonitions. Lakeside kisses and dark temptations, giving way to premonitions. A dusty fog across the water, to our heavenly Father. Are you seduced by my prayer? I feel it all around me. Usually it's too late when you realize where you are now. You're gone, you're left behind. This isn't me. How the fuck does this create something crazy, so much more? We fall further into the tales of old, seldom torn from the fresh of the weary. The meek earth hardens to the aspect. Break away from the start, the faith upon which I leave on my mark, and I leave alone. Escape barely breathing or arrive alive. Am I under suspicion of having another premonition? I can't tie down a noose, trust in my decision. Tying that knot isn't something you wanna do, boy. Playing, yo, I wasted. I'm tired of being something I wasn't. Caught up in the cheaper by the dozen. Reality came back to me in a rare brutality. There's something that I'm lacking. Cross the threshold of who we are, sutured with the universe as one meets the next. Angel dust, burden to our eyes, we fall apart into the lies. Our excuses provide and the addiction survives. God never sleeps, I can feel him all around me. I realize it's too late to realize. Desecrated Christ until he could live no more. Angels won't save our flesh or the facts that our God is the cold dark courage that allows you to be at my side to die and flourish by a pain struck into the sides. I'm slowly awakened by greed and envy, and everything it brings. Death turns into crime in the junkie's teeth. Already standing on the edge, so don't push me. Are you ready to be who you are? Already standing on the edge, so don't push me. Are you ready to be who you are? Is what you've done good enough? I wish I was something else. I wish I could make the world a better place. Thinking about where you've been so long. Are you waiting for some angel to come and grab what you do? What you've done in this life ain't always good enough. Wisdom grows, or so I'm told. Each day breaks a new mold for the night to come alive and take fate to the ashes of the wake. I'm awoken by nightmares, but haunted by realities. Bruised and broken by the whiskey in the dark. I'm taking it too far. My prediction is I'ma fall asleep and meet the man with the burnt face. That's me in the mirror, looking like Wes Craven's nightmare. Death ain't a haven. The afterlife is a vicious fight. There's something in this life, a black deep dark hole in my soul. And if you count on it and cast it out and know each line and break beneath the story's code, I cannot understand what I could before. Am I just hired help? What the fuck are they doing? They can't get this shit out. I'm rapping, this is me, I want to spit so much more. This is me freestyling now, I'm off the page. I'm coming back with a new Eminem assimilation of rage. It's like Arthur from Inception, you gotta remember that one thing before you can get back to what you were doing before. It's going crazy, I'm in the next fucking sequence. And I'm flipping upside down in the van before it hits the fucking bridge when it goes on the icy road and breaks open the icy doors. Now they're skiing, now they're going fucking way heavier. You got a million lives and you got a fucking world on the opposite side, seeing the same fucking sun and the same fucking spatial divide. It's so fucking crazy. They say there's an eye in a hurricane. That's like me, nigga. I'm riding up, I'm a big storm. I'm ready for here. I'm just trying to get somewhere where it's a little bit warm, where I can have these ideas and just grow into something great. I don't wanna be stuck down for my whole life and be laid down by this weight. Cause I pulled into Nazareth, I was feeling just a half past dead. Yeah, I needed some place where I could lay my head. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. It gets colder and colder and colder. But you know it's crazy, cause nobody knows you. Oh, nobody knows you the way I do. I just shut it off, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a whole other part of me that's coming out of this when I need to freestyle, and I dig into that bale of tricks, and I become a magician of sorts. And you know I'm ready. I'm ready. Leave me dry at this fast lane sins, gliding past me, further from what will carry me home. Young and fierce, raining on the troublesome bird that's learning to fly, cradled by a nest until we learn to test those boundaries. More often than not, I'm on the other side of a slow hell. Breathing becomes a task, and the sun shines through the shades. Turning my head away from this broken home won't fix me. Slid underneath the excuses to take me to another day. Never wondering again about what I forgot. Under the next wave of some personal thought. If hell is under us, what the fuck is on top? What has God brought us except our own personal cell in this forever promise with goodbyes and stories to tell? Restraints over life, harnessed by our bodily remains. Wounds upon grains of salt. I have no respect for you looking back. This is ludicrous. Calling the shots, one love. Head-banging dreadlocks is what I'm talking is real tough. That's the real love. You know, that one purpose. Underneath a memory. I'm so glad you were a friend to me. We never called it quits. We were glad to be alive. So happy to be by each other's sides. I'm mad it's reached its end. Engine stalled up. Begun to slip. Scorching the treads. Do we lose control up ahead? Or do we stay on the road and laugh about it instead? Or do we both wind up dead? The Lord put you by my side during the storm for a reason. And I sure as hell ain't happy for that leaving. But that's just the way it goes in my heart. It's bleeding. Watch where you might step, you might slip. Cause the floor's wet and the cement ain't dry yet. But we're on this path, thankful to be alive. Just have to take a detour to get past these obstructions if we get out of this world alive. Taking over in a dream, I now have control of how it seems. It's not what you expected, and it's a second you could wake up and forget it. But we ain't there yet, holding on vaguely to it. Yet until it gets harder, you see what you get. Never dreamed of falling, but I woke up believing some of the dream while I slept. Like something was calling me. We wake up and never remember much. But for as long as we do, it's a beautiful reminder between God and you. So before too long, all the memories of this will be gone. And we'll wake up to the sounds of dawn. So before too long, all the memories of this will be gone. And we'll wake up to the sounds of dawn. As if we never slept in a million years, have passed in a few minutes, kept us alive in our thoughts to whisper through these morning yawns. Maybe there's an answer or some spiritual remedy based on our memories. So we ain't thinking about all the time. We let it go, we find a dream now and then. I ain't playing pretend. Maybe there's an answer to all of this, or some spiritual meaning that I can come to grips. Based on our memories, this is what I take the risk. I never dreamed of falling, but I woke up believing some of the dream while I slept. Something was calling me. We'll wake up and never remember much.
But for as long as we do, it's this beautiful reminder between God and you. So before too long, all the memories of this will be gone, and we'll wake up to the sounds of dawn, as if we'd never slept a million years. If they passed in a few minutes, kept us alive in our thoughts, whisper to the yawns of the morning. Maybe there's an answer, son, or some spiritual remedy based on our memories. So we ain't thinking all the time. We let go and find a dream now and then, boy.
other side of a slow hell. Breathing becomes a task and the sun shines on another day. Turning through the shades, turning my head away. This broken home won't fix me. Slide me another excuse to take me to another day. Never wondering again what I forgot. Under the next wave of some personal thought. If this is hell, what the fuck is on top? What has God brought us except our own personal cell? This forever promise with goodbyes and many stories to tell. Restraints are over life, harnessed by our bodily remains. Calling the shots, as love remains. It usually starts with something profound. How I acted wasn't myself, I was out of line, indulging the sick decay of falling pieces the wrong way down. If they cared to listen, they prayed for an opening line before now. I ran around, drowning out. How I ended up with my life alive in shambles, I haven't yet figured out how. But we died trying first, or at least that was my excuse. I ran out of that thirst. It was okay with that hunger. That dinner served me a plate that was easier to handle. Because of that, I grew from the worst possible excuse. First, I tried each day until I laid on sidewalks, a blank stare of my life going to a waste. Placed death beside me, chased into a variety of life I could not survive. Believe me, I fucking tried. I found you, didn't I? And I looked beauty in the eye, that beautiful little lie that we were all okay. That you were just a hope to remember picking me up because I was down on that day. Fate filled me with a way to fall, but a true duty. And back then I was just a nice guy, but crazy without the right way out. And I couldn't stop the life that I was stealing from me. I needed help. I ended up at the wrong place every time, being looked at like I was some piece of doubted minds. Kind words and giving away what I lost was never what I was about. It was about what I could manage to achieve. Learning to live without develops a pain I knew nothing about. How come the cost you need to pay to advance is always a domino ahead of you as the next thing you reach falls away? Out of this grasp I came to grips with trouble and passed my struggle to something higher. Even though I was destroyed and turned into someone I would love to avoid, they toyed with my well-being, and I failed to bring responsibility to the thought I knew it all when I was a hope that kept me intact. I fell asleep in the past. I thought I could change the world, didn't know who to ask, somebody who wouldn't listen. So I said my piece for that, and I was pissed away my well-being. This stolen judgment, I knew what it was that I needed, how to get back on track. With everything you lack floating on downstream, nobody ever feels how you see. You're always too late for your own needs. People take what you believed as a false or phony, bereaved thought. But still, it's amazing what people can show me. I know now what I wished I would have told me. That love is cheap when you're bought and sold free, and nobody notices me. Daylight drove me to find an answer, to leave these mornings under a spell. By the glory of the stories I was bold to tell, I found sympathy and a beauty and barely caught her deepening my spirit. Today I'm drawn near it. Being turned down just deepens the stubbornness to fuck around. It gives me another reason to be profound. Cheap denial over pity and sense. It's obvious that a man without a post in to hand in, and the flag is left down, and the most you expect is how you be turned back around. Footsteps beside the sunlit stumble of an early flight. The young wings ripple into flight, fluttering between shadow and splashes of reflection into the morning light of the fumble. And I catch that Hail Mary of the beach, dust and waves across the crescent of a wake, preceding each beach up the coast, rubbing on each cheek. Half the lake stilled by the marching of puddles, filled by gusts of feathers, rippled circles, touched by feet across the lake, surrounded by circles of a new day, to dream of a family, to feel my grasp of the unknown, being settled at last by the young birds and how they've flown. This is the poem that I would like you all to have known, and now I would like to read it as it was meant to be read. Nobody ever feels how you see. You're always late for your own needs. People take what you believe as being false or phony news. But still it's amazing what people can show me. I know now what I wished I would have told me. That love is cheap when you're bought and sold. Free and nobody notices me. Daylight drove me to find an answer, to leave these mornings under a spell of a cancer. This rhyme that I'm about to spit, it comes from a blue light reflection that was a line across the straight piece of one part of the earth to the other horizon lines. It was before my friend traveled on a spiritual journey to another country where he would come back a Muslim. And it was on this day that we smoked. And it was on this day that we hoped our whole lives were changing. And it goes. Lying awake inside a dream I found, I was broken down. Cancer took the flowers that June. They told me she'd be leaving soon. I couldn't tell about this shit that I was dealing with. I just needed a ninja at high noon to kick through each day, because I couldn't pass away with these glances, and I couldn't imagine that these deep romances would come to me later in life, that I would be stuck by the moonlight with Sonata and be held by this fight. And now I have a glimpse of myself that I never knew. I now hold down the paddle by which I drew each further gust into the waters ahead. I fell beneath a world that concrete misled me by the dawn of the daylights that die. I am another man and I am another dying day. So listen to me, everyone. If the button is pushed, there'll be nowhere to run home. Killer of giants threaten us all. Marches of protest, not stopping the war. Killer of giants, standing so tall. 1,000 voices, killing us all. Kill me softly, kill me slowly. Give me a place where you can truly know me. I wish I could go back to that silent caster and pick up my glances and pour out this freaking mast here and freaking get the winds to gust me to a freaking pasture that I can graze and figure out how they made TVs into passing days and pictures, and how they took artwork and made it into a silent fucking glowing. I don't know what to say, but I know there's a cornfield that they watch the dust fall away from the morning day of the pollen, or whatever that shit is, that impregnates the male and the female plant. It's something so beautiful at dusk, you know. From ashes to prayers, from dust to dust, we find what we must do each day. And in the morning, that man saw a world in which he could see a world inside of. And that's how he made television. He made it off the glowing corn husks. And the knowing what he must do, that he must catch this proof, and that he may make it so you could see it too. This rhyme here is a freestyle I wrote. It goes, ah, yeah, yeah, oh, ah. Daylight drove me to find this answer, to leave those mornings under a spell. By the glory of stories I was bold to tell, I found sympathy and beauty, and barely caught her deepening my spirit. Today I'm drawn near, and this is the song that I dedicate to the television, the real person inside of the dream, who caught that first reflection of what he'd seen. Yo, Artie Art, Artemis Prime, Slim Artie, Chef Boy Artie, R2D2, fucking Artie Boy Fresh nigga, whatever you say, Big R Dizzle, whatever you know me by, just Big Ark and shit. You know, I used to be called that shit, like I could humble all you niggas on my boat. Just get you guys all afloat by my ideals wasn't by my advantage. And I hope that this freestyle turned out okay. And you know, I got chirped for saying too much and making my songs too long, but I got a mixtape or two ready to get rated. So here we go. I wanna make some new tracks. I wanna do some shit with your Casey, dog. If I can, nigga, it'll be dope. But here we lay at the end of a road, staring up at the sky, waiting for the next episode. Art signing out. You don't always need a hypothesis to have a reason to come up with an idea. You don't always need a road that you need to go down to reach a next episode. Sometimes you can just chill, find out what's real, find what's out there, I guess. But just being here